Good morning, everybody. Reed here. Nice to see you again today. Oh, that's kind of funny, isn't it? I'm not really seeing you. You're seeing me. So, hope I'm looking good for you guys. Anyway, back here at Orchestra Farm, doing my pre-morning walkabout. You know, everything's looking. Some lovely flowers happening in the distance. And I guess I'm thinking about my friends today. I've been reaching out to different people and getting some responses. I gotta respond back now. And I was reminded recently of like one of the reasons I make these videos is so that all the people who are barely in my life, maybe you were in my life at one point and now we, live far apart, can have a peek into my life on a semi-regular basis. So I can have I would call it a pseudo one-sided conversation, because some of you, thinking you slow setting, will contact me and comment on the video. Love when that happens. Have a short discussion with you. Great when that takes place. And there's all these different stages in life. I'm no longer fresh in or out of college with, I don't know what I'd call it, extra time on my hands, but to a certain degree I would call it extra time and space to hang out and have interesting conversations. We're seeing this tree right here. How's my finger work? It's taller than me. Ultra Northern Pecan, pretty happy with that. And, sometimes I miss that time of life when you can have deep, meaningful conversation with multiple different friends about things happening in life or in the world, or spiritual matters, or logistical things, or things that are very practical based. And I don't know, maybe I'm a super mental person because I love that kind of stuff. I guess that's fine to acknowledge and admit to myself and yourselves out there. And look at this. This area is desired by the owners of the land to get transformed to look more like that squash patch over there, with this greenhouse material put up in it. Anyway, being a householder now with a few kids, it's a different world. It's a different stage of life. And it's interesting to look back across life and be like, yeah, there's been a lot of fun, enjoyable times, and some of those times don't exist quite as much as they used to. And I mean, that's both okay, and it's good to acknowledge at times that, like, oh, I miss that quality of life. And it's not always easy to even, recapture that. I'm not sure if that's even the right wording, but whatever. But to know that, like, yeah, when I'm doing a lot of organizing of people for different projects, and knowing that because I have a family, I'm not always able to get out there and make all the connections happen when I'm contacted, it gives me a reminder to have some extra compassion and allowance for all the people that I'm contacting that, aren't contacting me right back and or aren't able to make it because their own lives are at a different stage. That's just part of it, I guess. Oh yes, this is awesome. I've got this jostaberry here. It seems like it's dead, but look at this. There's one that's alive. Yes, super happy about that. Really excited to try out the apples from this Granny Smith apple tree. Picked it up a couple of years ago. Started fruiting. That's nice. And with that, I'm also super grateful for all the time that I make to be with my family. There's this idea of having a 4-day work week, and I'm excelling with that, I feel like. Very stringy piece of sorrel. And so I'm getting that extra time with my family, because I really want my kids to know me and to, get maybe 18 years of life and time with them, if you're really lucky, and then they're gone. Check out this comfrey plant that's down in there. Seems like it doesn't mind growing. With all this nuke rose and blackberry around it. That's a priority in my life, to have that time and space with my kids. But again, that means I'm not creating quite as much space for our friendships, which, there's trade-offs in life. And I think it's a good thing to acknowledge that, like, when you're making those trade-offs, that there's different feelings associated with it. And rather than pushing those feelings aside, like, just acknowledge them. Like, hey, I missed you guys out there. And I wish we had more time, space, and connection together. But I get it. It's a new stage of life. And you gotta roll with it. So, I'm curious, how are you feeling out there? How's your life flowing? How are your connections flowing? Are you able to make space for people, time and place? I want to give a shout out to Daniel McKenzie, who made time to go on a walk with me a couple weeks ago. That was super great. And I really value that time and space together a bunch. So, what are you getting up to? Thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for checking out my bendingreeds.bandcamp page and my new single, Splitting Hairs. Super appreciate you guys checking out all that. More of that to come. Oh geez, I think I might even do this next week. I'm releasing another single. Anyway, with that, have too much fun.